Silver Surfer sucks.
Hey, pop culture overloaders and fans of the Untitled Super Cool Nerd Show, it's Jason the X, and I've got another review for you. This is the Fansprojects Warbot 003 Assaulter, and this guy is awesome. I love Fansproject stuff. I didn't get Steel Core. I do have Defender. I'm getting Steel Core from my buddy Agent Adam on the TFW boards, or TFW 2005 boards, but this guy is awesome. Let me just show, first of all, before I show his packaging, he came with this this clear plastic around the box, but it causes a glare. So I took it off. But let's move Assaulter, or Broadside, aside. And let's take a look at the box here. Yeah, you got the Warbot 03, Fansproject. Got some box art there. Of course, you got the the side of the box. You got Assaulter there, your carrier mode, your aircraft mode. And look at the back of the box. You got more of the same. And you get a look at his super secret mode, which it's really kind of lame. I hate it. I do. At the bottom of the box, and you got the top. You got lots of windows. Love their packaging. They got this clear clamshell here. Just houses the figure, keeps it. They tape it shut so it keeps in there. But here's the thing: if you look, he is pretty much the package. I mean, if you pull him up a little bit, he fills out this box very nicely. And kudos on them for the packaging, because he pretty much takes up the space. This guy is massive. My buddy Joe wanted me to do a size comparison with a certain figure, so I'm going to bring it on out there. Just to give you an idea of what we're working with here. Here's your standard Viacon from not first edition, from Transformers Prime or What's in the Skies. Okay, and as requested, this is what my buddy Joe wanted for a size comparison. This is Revenge of the Fallen Optimus, who of course can't stand and can't keep other people up either. So here's an idea of the size you're working with here. And he is also really heavy. A lot of die cast in the legs in this guy, but it sure does help with the posability. So anyway, yeah, moving on. Let's see. He also comes with this comic book, Warbot Alpha Incorporated. A little story on Assaulter, Broadside. You got Steel Core there. You got, some whatever the hell that's supposed to be. I don't know. You got some mass shifting going on here. I don't want to reveal too much. Something happens, and you got instructions here. And the instructions are fairly good. And you got a little bit of here's the super secret mode. Ooh. And you got a shadowy figure in the background. I wonder who that'll be. But before we move on to the actual figure itself, here's another one of his accessories here. Actually, he has other accessories I got to get to. But he does come with these. These actually become part of the deck in carrier mode. Well, not little, blasters here. You can tilt this handle down. Now he's got that. Or you can put this handle back up, and he grips it from the bottom, and you got this Energon axe. Which, Broadside did have a big axe, so of course he has two of them. Also, if you ordered early enough, you got a little sprue of little teeny tiny vehicles. And I'm just going to put a bunch of these in. I'm just going to put them in my hand because they're also small. Whoops, sorry about that. You got a little miniature of Defender. Let's see if we can get everything. You got two bikes. I'm not sure who those are supposed to be. You got a little helicopter mode for Defender. This dune buggy could be Sandstorm. I don't know. This other vehicle, you got an armored car version of Springer, Defender, and you got this part here, which is Steel Core with a trailer, and this trailer does detach. Just held on with a big peg there. So yeah, we were suspecting that there was a trailer to go along with Steel Core. This probably confirms it's going to have the other cores in there. So Now to the meat and potatoes of this review. This is broadside, and let me tell you, all this die cast is down here in his legs, and it really helps with posing this figure. It's very heavy down here. He's got really great ball jointed, steady feet, I might add. You know, not saying that Springer was a problem. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and bring in Warbot Defender here, who I don't have the heel spurs for. But mine stands fine. So here's an idea of the size comparison. And these guys look really great together. I can't wait to get Steel Core and add him when they release that bundle. So anyway, moving on to a little bit more about him. Very posable. Got lots of detail. Love this guy. In the back here, this causes a little bit of confusion with me because I'm not sure about the tower. It can go up or you can fold it into here. It's very versatile, but if you don't fold it this way, you miss out on the waist articulation for this guy. And speaking of the articulation, you got a ball joint mounted on the side of the foot here. But it offers you a lot of options here. And he's got those Jetfire feet. But they're very posable. A lot of options here. You get... it's not really a double hinge. There's a part in here for transformation, but you can get a 45 degree out of it. But it will be with the assist of both of those joints. Because this one only goes back so far. So keep that in mind. And here's the other thing. His, well, he's got a thigh swivel too. That's a ratchet as well. And his, how can I say this? His freaking legs right here, these are so, this ratchet joint is so damn strong in here. You got to be careful with this because you can, it just doesn't feel like it's going to stay. It's, I mean, see, that, and then sometimes it doesn't click coming back. It makes me nervous. Really makes me nervous. This side's not so bad. What you want to do, what I did, was looking on TFW boards and saw a couple of fixes. It's a shame we're fixing this guy, but he's got 3 screws in the back. One here, and another one on here. Loosen them up a bit. I don't know if that's going to be a problem in the future, but you might want to loosen them up a bit. Also, pegging, as long as I'm back here, these slots here, they have paint inside of them. The problem is you have deck plates that try to peg into these, and they will keep popping out. And unfortunately, I had to just go in there and scrape some of that paint out, just so my deck plates would fit in there by the tab system. So keep that in mind. And like I say, he does have a, let me zoom my camera back out. He does have some waist articulation, but this back plate here has to be perfectly level to get anything out of it. So, but he does have it. His head is on a nice ball joint. Arms go in and out, and they can go up and down, of course. You got a bicep swivel, bend at the elbow, the wrist twists, and you can even get them to go down a little bit. Not that it's really going to matter. Don't really use that for much. So, let's move on to the transformation. The first one I want to show you is his rage mode or whatever. I don't know. Let's take the axis first. I'm not a big fan of this mode. Joe, you wanted me to take a picture of this earlier, and I just did not want to do it. I like to forget this mode is here, but when I did finally just look at it. So you got his axes here. I don't know why the axes are associated with this guy, but they are. You can tilt this up, and there he has a red face that was depicted in some comic long ago that no one really cares about. It's not like Broadside was really a featured member of the Autobots. What I do like are how these legs look. If you look on the back, they seem kind of hollow right here. I don't know if that's how that's the way I have it tilted, or maybe I'm doing something on there. I don't think I am. However, I like this better. This looks like it fills in. These almost look like kind of like high knee plates, but he can bend back here. You can get a knee bend. So this is how I'm going to display my assaulter. Also, I like how the feet look on this side with the venting here, vice the just ports over here, these little slots that something goes in. Well, it's where you lock it up for jet mode, I believe. Anyway, let's just put this down because this is how he's going to stay. I don't ever want to see that red face again. Looks puny. Looks like just a little pissed off little devil. Anyway, sorry. Don't like the red face. I'm not a big fan of it. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and go to carry mode. You're going to need these with the handles down like this because they're going to plug right into the front. So your first step, take these shoulders, bring them up. Then you want to turn the arms in like this. You're going to bring these up here, and you want to pull them down at the forearms. A little storage unit just stores up in there. Oh, before you do that, you want to turn these fists that way with the grain of the back of the palm out and fold them in. All right. And then you can take this part. And see this red up here? It's actually got a notch right there that goes right into that gray piece in there. So you just want to kind of slide that in. Do the same with the other side. Unfortunately, the head is going to say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't show this. In the rage mode, you can switch to this, a white cockpit. But I actually want it like this for transformation purposes when we change this to his carrier mode. So, with that done, you want to... Now, it tells you to rotate... Well, you rotate this around. The command deck, you put it on top there. With these feet, you want to fold them like this and put them down so the vents are here. So now it looks like he's got engines back there. And they also tell you to go ahead and work these plates first, but what I found is a lot easier is to go ahead and push these in, just like they would collapse when you got it out of the package. Because you're going to have to move these plates down and then move these tail fins up. So I'm just going to go ahead and move the tail fins up now. They don't want to move independently. There we go. Like I said, these come up and make huge tail fins. And there's a lot of fan modes out there. Everybody's been coming up with their Earth Cruiser modes and, you know, Sea mode and, you know, one that looks like the Animated Brothers, Jetfire and Jetstorm, I believe they were in Animated. But I like the carry mode. A lot of people are not very keen on this mode. I am. I've always loved like Robotech or the SDF-1, big space carriers and Star Blazers and things like that. So this is right up my alley. Love this mode. And then you can take this this deck plate, which folds down from the forearm. Sorry, I was talking. Here's the tab, and here's that slot where I remove that paint. Before you put that bottom one in, you want to make sure that's plugged in. And mine still pops out a little bit. I probably need to work on it a little bit more, but it does stay in somewhat. All right, once you get those in, you can fold that down. See, it's still popping up. Oh, just remove a little bit more plastic. Believe me, they didn't want to stay in at all when I first got this guy. So, all right, got the carry mode up. And see, it popped out again. You fickle piece of plastic. I've been running this thing around and checking it out all day. After I clean out the paint, it stopped sticking, and now it does it on camera. Anyway, so you get it like this. You want to bring this up for an extra command part of the deck, I guess. I don't know. Oh, wrong side. So, you have this tab here that goes into the slot inside of the gun right behind that handle. You just put it in like that. And there you have the space carrier mode, which I think is pretty awesome. I love this mode. I really didn't even like the jet mode that much, but I'm actually better about the jet mode after I get this guy. And you can take these little figurines and came off with a sprue. Whoops. And you can put them on the deck here. For some reason, I don't know why vehicles will be on the deck, but hey, you got a little helicopter. And I'm going to paint these. I consider this a challenge now. I'm going to paint these little guys. Which, I'm probably going to screw it up, but hey, they came free. They're little models. So yeah, that is your aircraft carrier mode. And it's pretty sweet. I love how this looks. Love it. Love it. Can't say enough about it. But now it is time to go to the aircraft mode, and it is a little bit of a pain in the butt. Just a little bit. At least for me it was the first time I did it. And I was not really big on the aircraft mode. I am now. I am completely sold on the aircraft mode now. So you want to start out up here. Well, they don't tell you to do this in the instructions. You kind of got to guess, which is one reason I wasn't really big on the aircraft mode. You want to just fold these flaps back in. Now you want to take these and bring them up. And they have to, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have the camera up. You have to bring these deck plates together now. And they kind of, you're trying to press in on this center portion here. But if you try pressing here, it just kind of just warps out. You can't really get it. So you got to kind of put your fingers in each side and just kind of squeeze that together. And it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but it does go in there. Next, you want to bring these arms up and roll these, or rotate these down. Also, you can go ahead and push them back in while you're at it. Now, bring these up because this is going to end up the rear. This is going to end up the rear of the jet. All right, take this port, swivel it down. You want to take your legs and rotate these bits back in. You are going to need them later, just not right now. And let's see, is that going to be the top? That's going to be the top. Because that's where the cockpit is. And here's where the landing gear is. So you're going to want to rotate this that way. Because these are going to end up being the wings when you rotate them back out. So go ahead and get these a little bit separated. That loud click, boy. Take the nose cone, rotate it out. You got that straight. You want to bring this down, this whole assembly. These come from around his waist. So you just want to bring those down. Next, you're going to bring this down at the waist here. And once it's down, you're just going to spin it. The whole assembly can spin at the waist, but you just want to spin it right here on that peg. All right. Sorry, I'm kind of getting refamiliarized with this because I've only done it to the plane once. So you bring this down, and you want to, you bring that whole assembly down. Sorry if I didn't get that on camera. I'll just bring it back up here. But you want to bring all this and put it across the waist. Make sure this is out of the way. And it kind of just goes in over the crotch plate. Oh, also, this part here, you just bring those up and you can hide the head. Perfect. Now, I do like to get these wings out of the way now so that I can kind of see what I'm doing. Because these are going to, where the feet were, where that turbine was, you want to bring these out. Because there is that tab that I was saying was on the front of Assaulter's foot in his original mode. Goes right in here. So you just want to bring these in. And then bring the arms up there to meet it. And this gives you a good guide of where everything should be. So there you go. Same thing with the other side. Just bring the arm over. And And that's a nice touch because it lets you know exactly where that arm needs to be to match up to it. And then you just want to take the cockpit and bring it up here and peg it in. There's like 2 slots and pegs right here. 2 slots and tabs. Bring it in and twist that around, and there you have that part. And also, he does have what passes for landing gear here. That's actually a wheel right there. I'll go ahead and get these down. He's got 2 more on the other side, well, on the back side at the wings. And last but not least, you want to take these and this tab right here. You're going to take it. There's this slot here. There's a tab and slot here. You want to take it and slide it under the wing. Put it in there. Same with the other side. Sorry, I totally blocked the camera there. Sometimes it just gives you grief. Sometimes it's just lining it up. Sometimes it just wants to be a pain in the butt. Get over here. Going off camera to the woodshed. See why this won't tab in here. And I've tabbed it in before. Oh, okay. Just make sure that the tab is all the way to the back and don't just get angry with it like I did. Anyway, that is Assaulter's aircraft mode. Oh, I'm sorry. And you also got some tail fins here that you can pop up. I like to leave them at an angle. But yeah, this guy is awesome. He's like a big fighter bomber. Just massive in size. The wingspan alone is great. I love Robotech and Valkyries and everything. And this so reminds me of it. Just great design. The wings seem a little long, and I hate that the plastic is not the same color going from here. Small nitpick, though. Give you an idea of the size of this thing. Here's your Viacon. Yeah, that big. And just big, bulky, and heavy. Lots of die-cast metal. Oh, if they only made them like this. Hasbro, pay attention. Anyway, this guy is awesome. He is quite a hefty price tag, but if you're willing to pay for this, you're getting your money's worth. This guy is great. He's big. He's hefty. A lot of die-cast. 3 great modes. Well, 4 great modes. 3 great modes and 1 that's kind of meh. But you can do a lot with the carrier mode as well, making your own little variations on it and whatnot. But yeah, this guy definitely worth picking up. It has been a good week for Transformers for me, and I still have Masterpiece Optimus Prime coming. So until next time, guys, this has been the Warbot 03 Assaulter from Fans Projects. I'm Jason the X. Watch the Untitled Super Cool Nerd Show and visit Pop Culture Overload. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.